So yeah, Medabots, episode 24. So yeah, welcome to the Anispective cast. For listen, if you want to burn down the forest, do it as long as a robot tells you to. There is no other acceptable situation. Do it. Do it for Proto Man.
Burn the trees to find secrets.
Yeah, Pro Man just tells you to go down and just burn the forest with fire.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if Rokusho shows up and almost kills you.
Does this mean that like Rakusho would have like a rivalry with Proto Man over that?
Maybe.
I'll see that. I'll see someone like write that story or whatever, where it's like Rakusho fights Proto Man and they use their own unique abilities and stuff. Because it's like, I have to imagine Proto Man's also kind of fast and he has the shield, right? But he also has like a ranged option.
Unfortunately for Rokusho, I think Proto Man would be the stronger fighter.
Yeah, maybe, because Mega Man characters are kind of nuts.
Yeah, even if, like, I believe Proto Man is, as his name implies, like prototype Mega Man. So it's like he's not as strong as Mega Man, but I'm pretty sure he's still strong.
Well, actually, maybe, because I'm thinking it's like is Mega Man even like fast or anything? I don't know if he is, and we know that M Alloy is like as tough as diamonds. So, oof.
Yeah, but even if it's as strong as diamonds, you can incapacitate a Medabot without doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, you could. I'd say Mega Man could probably do it. I don't know if Pro Man could.
Yeah, because the problem with the Medabots is that, yeah, even though they're like made of diamond hard material, they're designed to be incapacitated for the sake of row battles.
Yeah, get on it, Deathbow. You know what to do.
Oh boy.
You know what to do, mates. You got this. But yes.
Also, Rokusho goes down to a flamethrower. I mean, he doesn't lose, but it incapacitates him pretty good.
It does a good job of messing him up.
Yeah.
Although it is a Medabot flamethrower, so it might be stronger than you'd expect.
Yeah, it also could have been a mental thing where he's just like, oh no, fire, my trauma.
Yeah, I think it's just like he was taking damage from it, right?
Yeah,
because he's just indirect flames, and he just stays in there for honestly probably longer than Mega Man could. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, if we're talking about like gameplay, then yeah, if Mega Man stood in a flamethrower for several seconds, he'd just die. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You would have to use an E-Tank.
There's no real good way to compare this because they exist in two different mediums. I mean, Medabots exists in video games, but
I believe that Medabots are stronger in like most Mega Man things on general, but it's like no, Mega Man like is so much utility. Like if he has his full arsenal, it's over. Like the rush jet, like all the weapons, you know, all the like vines and the claws. Like yeah, I think he'd probably do it because he'd be like the ultimate all-range Medabot, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you go into the X series and it's like, oh yeah, there's no way they'd stand a chance.
I played Mega Man 0-1 and you fight a copy of X and he's really strong.
Yeah, I think X is supposed to have like 99% damage reduction or some crap.
Sure. All I'm saying is like if the copy of X is as powerful as he is in that game, the real X is probably super strong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't mess with X. He will mess you up.
Spoilers for Mega Man 0-2, but the bad guy just... Well, do you care?
Spoilers for a GBA game.
Yeah, the bad guy, like X's body is just in a certain spot, like preventing people from getting to like the MacGuffin. and the bad guy is just like, I'm gonna get it, and then he like stabs he stabs X's body, and then just explodes.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But yeah,
Oh man, wait, like he kills X or like X kills him?
the boss kills X.
Okay, yeah. So X is
Although
dead for good now.
it's just his body, his soul, if you'd call
Right.
it that, considering he's a robot, still exists as something
Yeah.
called a cyber elf.
Is Are cyber elves just the Sigma virus?
I I don't
Because
know, man.
is that like the same? Whatever. We're talking way too much about Mega Man for a genuinely good episode. Yeah, no, this episode's great. This is like
Yeah.
freaking yeah. Like Rakusho's having like dreams where it's like, yo, this like Professor Fujikawa, I think.
I already forgot. It wasn't that, but I don't remember what it was.
It's Fujiwara or something. It's something like that. I know it starts with an F. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's like Fujiwara or whatever is just like, working on like studying Medabots. And then for completely mysterious reasons that I don't think I ever explained, his house just catches on fire and he seemingly dies in the fire while Rakusho is outside. And there's like really dramatic music and the animation style changes and it's like really, really good looking. It's like,
So
yeah, holy crap.
so the implication is that he died, but Rokusho says that he never found a body.
Yeah, so he might still be alive.
Yeah, he says like nobody ever knew what happened to the professor or whatever, and so I'm looking or whatever. Also, that's another thing. Rokusha opens up a lot in this episode. Like, we don't just get flashbacks. He tells all this to Ikki and Medabi.
Yeah, this is a big Rakusho episode.
Yeah. So the main plot thing is Rokusho is just napping in a tree, and he can dream. Him and Medabi apparently are able to have dreams, which is unusual for Medabots.
It's a pretty big deal, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, every time he sleeps in that tree, he has a dream about, or rather a nightmare about that day. And then there's a lady who's like protecting the tree and is like, go away, because she thinks he's this intruder that's been hanging around the house.
Yeah, they basically form like this sort of like quiet, very like sort of like this is gonna sound like very weird out of context, but they form like a very like mature relationship, as in like an actual like like not like a physical one, but a very like kind of like subdued sort of like like we're just gonna hang around, just kind of like just talk a little about our like feelings, but not put up like too much and be kind of like guarded,
I mean, I'd call it a friendship. I know
Yeah,
Rokusho is
it's
just
a
like,
mature friendship. That'd be a good way to explain it. Yeah.
yeah. I know at one point they're just like, "Oh, are you two friends?" And Rokusho's just like, "Not really," but it's like, no, they're clearly like bonding over like their mutual love of this tree.
Yeah. Cause it's like this girl, I believe she was like used to be the wife of like the professor or something, or like maybe his daughter.
No,
No?
no, it's just that she has a similar tree, and she has nothing to do with the professor.
But don't they have like a picture together, or was that like a different thing?
That was her husband who died.
Okay, yeah, alright, yeah.
Who is
I was
not the
confused by
professor.
that for a bit, yeah. Because this is like, it's very understated. Like, they don't really talk about a lot of this, like, very directly.
Yeah, so she just says that one day her husband died suddenly, and the last thing that he would always talk about is like making sure that nobody destroyed that tree because it could like heal the heart of anybody who something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
guess I just assumed it was the professor, because it's like, oh yeah, husband, tree. And it's like, well,
I
wait a second.
I kind of had that thought too, and then I was like, wait a minute, he was like an old man and she's like a young lady, which I know
Yeah.
it's not it's not crazy that like that kind of thing could happen, but it's like
Oh yeah, it's
it's like
very unlikely. I was like, is this
this is
like
like
an animation
90s.
thing? Is it like your dad? You know? Ah,
Yeah, no, they're not related at all. It's just they have a similar tree out in
right,
their
right, yeah.
backyard.
But yeah, so Rakusho keeps being drawn to the tree, and like she like sees him there, and she's like, "Hey, get lost, aren't you? I heard the tree or whatever." He's like, "Oh, my apologies." And he just sort of like walks away, and it's like he keeps coming back every now and then. He's like helping to kind of like protect it. Like they just sort of like have some quiet, nice like chats about like the tree and all this stuff. They talk about like their feelings and stuff. Like they just have tea or whatever. Rakusho kind of like becomes friends with her like casually in like a platonic way.
Yeah, he never tells her about his nightmare. He tells Icky and Medabi though,
Yeah.
because like there's a weird moment where he's fighting to protect the tree, and Icky and Medabi are there, and they have to tell her what he told them.
Yeah, because Rakusho keeps reliving the night of the fire and he can't go over it.
Yeah,
It's one of those things where it's like it's probably explainable by the thing the professor mentioned where there's like, the computer and it like records the data of the pain and it's like, oh, don't repeat that or whatever. But it's also probably like, yeah, this is just straight up like, what it is. Yeah, it's very straightforward.
yeah.
But yeah, so they go through a whole thing. Freaking uh, I'm trying to think more events this has because it's like it's a lot of just Rakusho just discovering himself and like understanding all this and like coming to terms with things. Like
Yeah.
Mabi makes the joke of like, oh, maybe Rakusho has one of those adult friends. And Mab like Icky's like, where'd you get that from, Mab? He's like, oh, it's like from one of those shows, right? And Icky's like, oh, the crap have you been watching? Excuse me?
So he's accusing the lady of adultery, which is
Yeah.
like cheating on your significant other, and it's like Icky's just like, well, first of all, she's a widow, so it wouldn't be adultery. Second of all, you watch those shows, and yeah, Medavi's just like, just the reruns during the day.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever gets you through it. You could piece together a lot more than you'd expect from like random reruns. But yeah, they like quickly found that it's like, all right, there's someone who's like after the treasure of the woods or something. Or I guess the treasure
So
of the tree or whatever. And it's like, all right, they were like after the tree, they will like break into the house or something. And we learned that like the lady has a collection of, and I quote, like
medals,
medals, rare
commemorative medals.
medals, as in like actual like commemorative like military medals and stuff from like her husband presumably.
Yeah. Well, it's from something. She doesn't even know what they're from, actually.
Yeah. So the idea is
Um,
like maybe the thief or someone else might have like thought that the Mells were like Medabot Mells, and that's where the rumor's coming from.
yeah. So what it is, it's not even that anyone knows what the treasure is. It's just that there's a general rumor that because this woman who lives alone and doesn't let anybody on her property is like weird, and it's like, oh, she gets a reputation of like, oh, she's secretly like hiding a treasure or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's all it is.
I'd
And
believe that she like mentioned the Mells offhandedly at some point to someone somewhere, and that like got spiraled out, and they're like, oh, but the medals, and because that's why the Robo Gang's there, right? They're like, oh, but it has well, if it was a rare metal, well, if that's the
yeah,
treasure,
yeah. Spoilers. It's the Rubber Robo Gang. Of course it is.
of course it is, yeah, of course it's them.
And yeah, Icky and Medavi show up and they're like, oh, we want to like figure out what's going on with Rakusho. And then they fall out of a tree and alert him, and then he almost stabs Icky to death.
Yeah.
He's like,
Man, Icky
oh,
nearly died like 3 times already. Holy crap.
yeah, he's just like, oh, it's you guys. You're lucky. I almost finished you off. And they're like, what?
Yeah, that'd been a pretty bad day for Ricky, yeah.
So yeah, there's all the talk about what happened with Rakusho. We learn that the professor that Rakusho was with is the guy who proposed a lot of theories about Medabots and stuff.
Yeah, I want to point this out because I got some screenshots and really examined this because, like, we see his notes. We see the notes on his desk for the quote-unquote Medabot theory. So it's like, this professor, Professor Fujikawa or whatever, was like the one who actually like founded the theory behind Medabots, and the Medabot professor is the one who like put into practice, actually like invented these things.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like a drawing of a rudimentary like tin pet.
There's a tin pet, there's like weirdly like ancient symbols that are very clearly not Japanese. I'm starting to think maybe you're right about the ancient civilization thing, because it seems like it's a bunch of weird symbols, and next to it's like Medabot in both English and Japanese, implying that they're like translating it.
Yeah.
And next to this tin pet, you've got the freaking Tree of Life. So that's a thing. And there's like, specifications on like, the metals and like, information on like circuitry and stuff, and
I
just, yeah.
I didn't even notice the Tree of Life. I saw like a bunch of symbols and stuff, but I didn't internalize that was.
Oh man, listen, I don't know if it's relevant, but it's a good reference either way. I respect it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a good one. But yeah, they like go through a thing. Yeah, he tells Rakusho to like way outside, and he tells him to like watch
Check
the
the weather.
clouds to see how the weather is. So he does it. He climbs up the tree, does the thing, and the fire starts, and he's gone. So it's like, okay, was he trying to get Rakusho away so he'd be safe from the fire, or what? It's like, the deepens plot, huh? Wait, no, reverse that.
Yeah, right now we don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
It could be literally anything. Is it ancient ruins? Could it possibly be ancient aliens in the distant past? And is it possible that all Medabots could be descended from extraterrestrial origins? Is it possible that even Icky himself is an alien?
Oh boy, the crackpot theories.
Is it possible that aliens were the ones who created this very tree, and that's what gives it its power?
Is it just Sephiroth? Sephiroth mine or whatever?
Is it just Sephiroth? Is it possible that Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII might be responsible for creating the Tree of Beginnings? It's like they came down from the sky and they'd be worshipped as gods, but to the ancient people, they wouldn't understand that concept, so they would reframe them as technology. It's like, wait, what? Alright. But yeah, so they have the whole thing. It's like, alright, yeah, we learn the full backstory. It's like, okay. Meanwhile, the Royal Robo Gang is like trying to just steal the treasure. And they like, break into a room. I think they like steal some crap from her room, right? From her like house.
They go through the metals to try to get to find the Medabot metal that they're sure is there.
Yeah, and then they
isn't.
they can't find a Medabot metal, so they like dig up the area around the tree, and that's when Rakusho tries to stop them.
Yeah, so their plan is to it's like, oh, it must be under the tree, so we're gonna like uproot the tree to find it.
Yeah, this weird tree lady cares a lot about this tree. We should like destroy it. And this is where all the lawyers get involved with their tree law.
Yeah, which was another thing. They wanted to build like a highway, or not a highway, but just a road through where the tree was, and she wouldn't let them do it because, of course, not.
Yeah.
Um. Also, earlier in the episode, it's established that her husband was a fan of antiques, and so they didn't have a camera with a delay, and so they didn't have any pictures of them together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the
They
Robo
only
Robo
had
gang,
one and they lost it. It's gone
yeah,
forever. It'll never come back.
yeah. On that note, the Robo Robo gang starts digging up around the tree, and they find a box. I'll give you
Yeah.
one guess as to what's in the box.
is is it whoever's in the box at the end of Pulp Fiction?
Uh, hmm.
Are they just gonna open and it's just gonna be like a weird golden glow and they look at and they're like, yeah, that's good, and they just leave without telling us?
Yeah, I don't. So yeah, so basically, Rakusho's just like, all right, well, can't let you can't let you tear down the tree, so time to fight. And
Yeah,
the Robo Robo gang coincidentally brought along a Medabot with a flamethrower, because why wouldn't they?
because why not? For what it's worth, like, all their picks have been random, but they've been like very on point.
Yeah, they always bring something thematic to fight with.
Yeah, because of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring a flamethrower Medabot who just shows up and it's like, okay, flame to Sala. It's like a
Which
freaking
is a
salamander, yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. Is like it's a salamander, I think.
Yeah, like the actual mythological salamander, not like, although maybe a
Yeah.
bit of that too. But yeah, so he's like, Rakusho just does his fight as theme music's going, and it's still really good. And he's like dodging attacks, like hits him in the head, gets a good shot off. It's like immediately they start fighting back and they're like shooting out fire and stuff. And it's like Rakusho is killing it, but he dodges left and stuff right. Oh no! That puts him right in front of the tree! If
Yeah,
Rakusho
you would
dodges now, that tree is fucked.
yeah, you would think he'd be a little more aware of his
You
surroundings.
would think.
Also, yeah, Medabi was going to fight. There's like a whole moment where it's like Medabi's like, all right, we're gonna fight them. Then Rakusho's just like, no, this is my fight. And it's like, oh crap, he's gonna fight.
For what it's worth, Mavi probably would have taken them down a bit faster.
Probably.
Like, it's hard to really get a judge on Rakusho's stats, but I mean, he's really fast and he doesn't seem to hit as hard as Mavi does. Mavi seems to have, like, more destructive power?
Yeah. Look, it's a thematic thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. I love it. I'm gonna nitpick because that's my thing, but also this is a genuinely great episode.
Yeah.
This might actually be like my favorite episode so far, honestly, which I feel like I'm saying way more than I should recently. But
Like you
no, this
said,
one
it's
actually does like earn it a lot.
yeah, it's good.
It's a good episode, yeah. Because it's like they get into a position where it's like they shoot the flamethrower, and Rakusho just has to sit there and take it. Because he has to like try and block the fire to save the tree. And it's like, it's a really good call for like the anime. It doesn't work. And it's like when they
Yeah.
use the R flamethrower, it's like it's too much and it starts burning the tree down. And just holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because so yeah, Rakusho goes and he manages to block the first flamethrower, and the second one comes in and it's like okay, it gets past him and lights the tree on fire.
Just
And then
just look at
Rakusho's
this.
yeah, it's a good moment. Uh and then Rakusho goes down actually. And then they're trying to call Rakusho to stand up and keep fighting or whatever. And then the lady calls out to him because like they share a similar like whatever. camaraderie. And he's like, okay, he stands up and like there's this cool shot of like Rokusho all in shadows surrounded by the flames with his eyes lit up, and it looks really cool.
Oh yeah, I think I got that one too. Because
Good.
you
That's a
see it and it's like, oh, it's so good.
yeah, and it's like, oh,
Oh, it's
Rokusho's gonna
so
wreck this
good.
guy. It's such a cool shot.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
That's not even the one I meant, but that's also really good. Yeah, I just meant like when he initially stands up, but yeah, that's also really good.
Yeah, I just the exact frame is like this happens so fast. It's like it's so smooth. Holy crap. It's like such a good transition. Like he just shoots his arm through the flames and it looks friggin' great.
Yeah, the animation is usually pretty on point. Like it's never
Oh my
really bad,
god.
you know?
Yeah, but this is extra. Like holy crap.
Yeah, it's so cool.
He like punches him out with the scissor arm and just finally like just takes him out immediately. And it's like, okay, yeah, yo, but the tree is just screwed.
Yeah. I want to point out that like this episode is so much more serious than everything. Like the Rubber Robo Gang is here, but they don't do much. Like they're here to be the antagonistic force, and they don't even do a bunch of stupid gags or anything. It's just they're here to set the tree on fire, try to steal the thing. And it's
Yeah,
like
this
they're not played for gags as much as they usually are.
this gave me like probably some of the most whiplash I've had in the series so far. Because it's like the last episode is like, oh yeah, let's go on the goofy adventure with Lady Jet, and oh, Icky's gonna fall and die, haha. And this is like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
look at this. This is like art. And the next episode's like, oh no, Koji likes bugs or whatever. Oh no.
Well, he used to like bugs, but we'll get to that.
Sorry, not Koji. Crap, what's his name? No, it is Koji. Alright, never mind. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. Koji, the rich kid.
Jeez, but yeah, the music and everything, and there's like, just the shot is so good. It's like, it's really like selling the pain and loss here as you see the tree just burn down, and it's like the only thing they have left is just the picture of the husband, and you know what? They're like, we could probably make a new tree, but for now, this will have to be enough.
Yeah, basically the story of this, or the plot or whatever, is the lesson is to like let go of the past and move forward or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it sucks that the tree dies, but it's like, you know what, you'll live on.
Yeah, the tree was like a representation of like the lady like not like sticking around there forever, staying inside all the time and not, living her life.
Yeah.
And so the tree gets burned down as a sort of like, no, you need to move on.
You need to move on, but there's also like this sadness to like, this like it's like watching like the representation of like, the love of her life just die round front of her again, and she's like
Yeah.
forced to reconfront the loss basically. Ah, it's so good.
But she still keeps the memory as she gets like the
Yeah.
picture of the two of them. And heck, even the tree is in the picture.
Yeah, yo. It's like, yeah, things will never be quite the same, but you'll live. You can like make it through this.
Yeah. And at the end of the episode, she's like, "Yeah, Rokusho, thanks to you, I'm going to move out of this house and like actually live my life and stuff." And it's like, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah. And like
Although
Rakusho just leaves, and yeah.
I don't know why she would move unless she just wants to live somewhere else, I guess.
Looking at the picture, I think it burned her house down.
Oh, is this not from the flashback?
No, this is from like when the Rubber Robo Gang burns the tree down.
Oh, I didn't realize it got the house too. Dang.
Yeah, that's a problem. But yeah, crap, that was such a good episode.
It's a very good episode.
Man, are you ready to move on? Do we have anything else you really want to say?
That's all I've got to say about this episode, but I need
Crucio
to.
is the coolest mother effer.
Yeah, he's super cool. I need to use the restroom real quick. I will be back.
Okay, yeah, no worries.